Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good night from whatever time zone you're watching this at. This is another video where we're going to be talking about... Did, did you all put this stuff up here? Because I didn't... Where... Whatever. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about the alpha chapter of Bendyandtheinkmachine chapter 1. So if you want to see more stuff like this, remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And let's get into the video. We had all the pretty graphics of Bendy and the Dark Revival and the gigantic ink machine room with the chapter 4 Bendy ink machine update. We used to have a tiny little room with a very small ink machine back in the alpha day. And also, rather than the bright yellows the modern chapters gave us, everything was also way more muted in color and in tone. Everything was way more darker. The yellows were not very much as piss stained as they are now, but they were way more darker, and everything just seemed more abandoned, I guess. And that's why sometimes I prefer the look of beta chapter 1 compared to like the new one, because everything just seemed way more scarier and abandoned because of how empty and small the place looked and felt, but you could still feel that there was something there that was watching you the entire time, and it's like, oh. And plus, even going to Henry's old desk in the beta chapter just really gave you that sense of old nostalgia where you would reminisce about your time as just drawing, working away for this stupid little devil thing until you eventually got sick of your boss's shit and left. And there was also that weird boarded up room with a staircase with a gigantic bright light that you could only wonder if it led to brighter pastures, but instead you just press on to go see what Joey left for you, because it left a note for you at your doorstep one day. Two ink machines are very distinctive in how they look. The old beta machine was way more smaller and compact, and it looked like something that you would find in like an old Disney World attraction, if that makes any sense, while the modern machine was way more bigger and grandiose in scope, and it was way more believable that literal monsters were born out of this thing rather than the old beta machine. That's why I kind of prefer the modern ink machine as well, if that makes any sense, because the modern machine is a way more bigger beast than the old beta one, because I mean, just look at it. Like, you could, at least to me, you could see and feel how there could be like literal monsters born and created out of the same, how this machine was built out of nothing but pure hope and dreams of trying to bring your cartoons to life and trying to save your failing ink studio, but it's whatever. So now, after we get to see I dropped my remote. So after we get the reveal of what Joey wanted to show us, we now move on to the power station room. There's nothing much to look at there, so let's go see Boris. And jeez, man, he's not looking so good. I think his insides are his outsides now. So Boris, or Papa as he's called in this version, has a way more, I don't know, he's just way more freakish looking than the actual Boris course we have today, because like, he's way more bigger and taller. He doesn't have any clothes on, just like barely modeled shoes that just look like really inky feet, and he has way more detailed insides than the Boris course that we have now. You can literally see like his actual ribs, and his insides aren't just ink, no, they look like actual detailed organs. This is messed up, man. Joey Drew, what are you showing me, man? Why'd you bring me?
Talk about rats, huh? Maybe we can Talk about what they did to my partner's face.
Holy God, what are you showing me?
Hey,
Come on!
open your eyes!
So, not much else is really different in the alpha chapter, really. There's mostly just a few rooms are missing, like the break room, and how the pipe in the filming room doesn't really burst after you click the flow button. So, it's whatever. We might as well just grab our items and just get on out of here as soon as we can, because there's no sight of Joey at all in this really weird dark place. And actually, you know what? That's another thing too. Throughout the entire beta and like through the actual chapter 1-2, Henry does not question once where the hell Joey even is. Like all we necessarily have to do is just turn on the ink machine. Let's see what that does. We don't see Joey anywhere, and I just find it really funny that Henry doesn't really question where the hell he is, because Joey's the one that brought him here in the first place. So like, shouldn't Joey be the first thing, or be the first person that he sees when he walks into the door to the actual studio in the first place? I don't know, I just thought that was always kind of funny. So we press the flow button in order to like power on the main ink machine, and immediately we get to hear like a bunch of bangs and ink flowing throughout the halls, and it makes you, I don't know, the sound design in chapter 1 just really makes you feel like somebody is watching us and is running through the studio trying to like set up all this creepy shit to scare us, because once we turn on the ink machine, or rather the flow button, you just hear bangs and knocking over of things that really makes you think that like somebody's just rushing around the studio trying to scare you or something. It's really weird. So anyways, we rush over to the ink machine room and
Get the hell out of here.
and we get to see one of the first Bendy models. I'd much rather the second version of the Bendy models that we got to see in game. Now, what's the first version, you might ask? This thing. We never get to see him in game. We only get the only point that we ever do actually get to see him in game is in the archives chapter, but it's just, it looks like a alien trying to represent what Bendy should be. So it looks like Bendy on the outside, right? You know, just without his mouth or his smile, but his mouth just like splits open vertically, and you get to see like fangs of sorts. And I guess the intention was that like once when he jump scares you at the ink machine room, he would just like jump out and his face would just like open and close like a piranha trying to eat your ass. So the actual model that we get to see in game is also lovingly called by the developers bird poop with a smile. I don't know about you, but if my creators also lovingly called me bird shit with a smile, I think I'd be a little bit mad too and try to kill myself. Anyway, this model only has like two main characteristics of actually being Bendy, just the smile and the bow tie. Outside of that, he looks like the first failed creation of what real world Bendy was supposed to look like outside like the many other Ink Demon models come beforehand. He looks like the first failed Bendy model that actually came out of the ink machine itself. And I think Bird Poop with a Smile's jump scare is notably the weakest jump scare out of all three of them, I guess, counting Bird Poop. Because, like, you know, he jumps out, looks around, and then dies. Chapter 2 update chapter 1 Bendy, you know, with the upgraded Ink Demon model, he actually tries to like reach out and grab for you, and then in the chapter 4 update of chapter 1, Bendy just stops fucking around and actually knocks you out. So yeah, I think Alpha Bendy looks pretty cool, but like he doesn't even have any arms or legs, man. What is he gonna do? Try to eat me? He only has a smile, man. As far as I know, his mouth. Although with like how much canceled and other things that didn't even make it into the final game, I do really enjoy the alpha chapter of Bendyandtheinkmachine a lot. Like, it was the version of the game that I grew up with, and I always found it really cool to see Chapter 1 update itself over time at the same time as I was growing up alongside it. I just love Alpha Chapter 1 a lot, and I don't know, sometimes I wish that I could actually play it for myself instead of watching someone play it, but I don't think, as far as I know, that there is an actual way to play the alpha version of Chapter 1 because I tried looking on the Game Jolt page for Bendyandtheinkmachine, but like all that one is just a hyperlink to take you to the Steam page. So, anyways, after we run through the Inkfield studio and crash through a couple of boarded up walls, we get to see a bunch of coffins and a satanic symbol on the floor. And before we can actually do anything, we get hit with the